Check, check.
Okay. Now, hey, come on in, come on in. It's the Caravan of Dreams that we do. Y'all know what it is. It's 8 something. All right. Come on in, everybody. Be sure and like and share, like and share. Tell somebody that the Caravan of Dreams is on. Did you share? Did you get to share, honey? Mm. All right, all right, all right. Hey, y'all. Hey, come on in, come on in. Caravan of Dreams, the redo. Y'all know what it is. It's 2024, January. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Let's see. Hold down. All right. All right. All right. So, okay. Mm. So, everybody have some, let's see, what was black eyed peas and cabbage, right? Black eyed peas is for good luck. Cabbage, I guess, and they say greens too is for money. So, did everybody have their proverbial? black eyed peas and green cabbage slash, whatever. Um, that's I guess, traditionally how we start out the new year with those things. So, anyway, hey, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Who's in
People
here?
eating grapes up under the table nowadays. They didn't switch the whole game
Oh,
up.
great.
It's that's what they say is that's supposed to be good luck, some kind of good luck. I don't know. I saw it online, and if it's online, then it's real. I
Uh,
mean, if it's online, then people believe it.
oh,
So
okay.
I don't
Okay.
know where the grapes up under the table thing came from.
I
Maybe
never even heard
maybe
that.
you haven't heard that thing. Oh, okay.
Who's here? Can you see who's in here?
Let's say Happy New Year. Jay Nonstop was good with you, man. Happy New Year, and thanks again for the scratches on the song. Oh yeah, that's the one I did the scratches for, man. I just can't wait for it to drop. I want to hear the finished product. That's
Okay.
probably my second or third track that I did some scratches on, and this is probably my best one so far. So I'm definitely want to check it out. Definitely want to check it out when it drop. And if it do some numbers or something, I get to be put in the credits, so I might be able to get some nice, good old residual income out that mark. So
That's what's up.
I'm prophesying platinum with that track.
What's up? That's what's up.
Exactly. Um, and I said they were eating grapes under the table at the bar. He did security at last night. He asked him about that. He said something about the year of good luck.
Oh. Oh, okay. I never heard that. All right.
Yeah, so a year of good luck. Um, you say PA needs your scratches. Happy New Year. I appreciate that, man. Hey, man, holler at me. I'm available. I'm available for scratch tracks right now.
Right. Okay. So let's listen. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So, okay.
Appreciate it, Vanessa. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes, yes, yes. I like to believe that. My bad. Hey,
So let's talk about this. So first, I want to ask who all saw the movie um, "Leave This World Behind"? Is that the name of it?
something like
Am I
that.
saying it?
Lead the
"Leave
world
This
behind.
World"? Yeah, behind or whatever.
Something like
The executive producers, I believe, was our former president, Barack and Michelle. So anyway, now I'm asking that. First, I'm starting out with that because I want to have a ask you all a question in regards to that, but I also want to segue into this. Now, on that movie, there was a scene. Okay, if you haven't seen the movie,
that.
then
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert, because I'm about to talk about it a little bit. So, on that movie, there's a scene where um, okay, first of all, the thing is that there has been a cyber attack on the world, United States, whatever. And so now there's no internet. There's no type of service, right? No, you know. And here's the thing, we live by the internet or what is it? What do you call it? It's not the internet, right? What is
What the cloud? What?
Okay, so, whatever, the internet access, this, that, and third, whatever. And so there's a scene on there where they're trying to get out of, this location where they are, and they come upon this traffic backup. And it's like, oh my God, why is everybody, so they get out the car and look to see that these cars are all wrecked out. These cars are so cars are just coming from out of nowhere, and then wrecking out, right? Okay, so they get out, they look, nobody's in these cars. Why? Because all of these cars are Teslas. Now, what's the thing with Teslas? Teslas can drive themselves, right? So with the cyber attack on the country, then now these Teslas have gone crazy because guess what? They're just driving away, driving themselves. Okay. Imagine that being real life. Now, here's the thing, there has been a recall. this is today, current day. There is a recall on Teslas. Nearly, let me say, nearly all the Teslas have been recalled. Why is that? Did anybody see that movie? Anybody see it? That is my first question.
Vanessa said she saw it. Jen Stop said his wife and he watched the movie twice. Said a lot of underlying issues in that movie.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So
Yeah, yes. So here's the thing,
a lot of underlying messages. I'm sorry,
yes.
underlying messages.
The thing is that the former president, Barack and Michelle, are they trying to tell us something? Are they trying to put a bug in our ear, right? Because though this movie, yes, it ended weird. Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird ending. Like I feel like I was kept rewinding it, trying to, pick up the different, aspects of it. But, there was some information in there. There's like at the end of the day, that could happen in real life. Okay. And so, Johnny and I were talking today, and I'm like, this whole let's say the nuclear attack, right? Because they couldn't get any internet, so they didn't know what was going on in the world. They didn't know why the internet was down or, is it just here where we are? Is it everywhere? Didn't know, right? And so with that being said, now, the part in the movie where now we see the nuclear bomb has gone off, right? And so I was asking him, I'm like, so once the nuclear bomb goes off, and especially you being that close, I guess, because it hit wherever they were. Now, that's it, right? Like, you can't even there's no point in trying to get to a shelter because you need to have already been there, right? Once the atmosphere takes the nuclear bomb, that's it, right?
Yeah,
So, the fact that they didn't get a warning, because the cyber attack.
the warning is a cyber attack.
Yes. Okay, well, but they didn't know what it was.
That's their fault.
Okay. Okay. So now, if we should assume that if the internet, everything goes down,
Tell your ass.
let's kind of go. There you go, people, right there. There's a message. If we get no internet, nobody can talk. We can't communicate like we do on Facebook or nothing. Like that's it. There's no, you can't get any service or whatever. Take shelter.
The nonstop said if we lost the cyber world, we will be back in the Flintstone era. Sure would, because we don't know how to function. We lost all of our survival skills with the cyber world.
So, with that being said, though, I mean, if it happens, if something like that happens, that means we need to take shelter. Now, where are we going, people? Where y'all going? That's my next question. So, for those who are wealthy and who are prepared, those people, who have built bomb shelters or whatever the case may be, right?
Bunkers.
Bunkers, I'm sorry, who have made or created or built bunkers and you are well stocked and that kind of thing, then, you know, that's where you would go. But for those of us who are not prepared, where do we go? What do we do?
Die.
Oh,
We wasn't prepared. Upon them dropped the movie, they just gave you the movie. So it's like, okay, this is the start of the year, 2024. Figure it out. If you don't, then you suffer the consequences. I'm pretty sure they can't just come out and tell you, hey, China looking to bomb next year. You're looking at you can't come out and just tell you that. So, Obama's dropped a movie and you can either listen to the movie or you can suffer the consequences.
I think it was like message, right?
Judge said he said they were out of internet for 3 days. It was sad.
Okay, because like real talk, here's my thing. First of all, if we, can get a bunker somewhere, we better know where it is without GPS, right? Because
We used to know what stuff is at without
I know,
GPS.
but so that means we need to get some real maps, some real life maps, right? Paper maps again, just to be prepared.
Yeah, MapQuest, whatever you got to do. I mean, we from the old school, so it shouldn't really be that hard.
Yeah, but I can tell you this: if my phone don't work, see now, let me what? If my phone don't work, I don't know nobody's phone numbers except Johnny's.
Well, I know
Now,
phone
I
number.
will say this: and I admire him for this. He don't have people's names saved, and he know phone numbers. That is very unusual because these days, people, I'm sure I'm not alone. We have gotten so accustomed to our phone. Like now, I knew back in the day when Mama had her, landline. I knew that number 293. You know what I'm saying? I knew that number. I knew my grandmother's number. You know what I'm saying? I knew those numbers because those were pre cell phone. But as far as now, people, I know the beginning of their numbers, but I don't know everybody's numbers. So who do we call? What do we do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's stick with me. I know most of my homeboys, my family members. If I call their number a lot, if I'm a close friend of that person, then I probably know their number by heart.
right,
I
right,
probably know it by heart. And I
right.
just do that just to keep my mind. It's kind of like exercise. So I just
Mhm,
keep my brain. Your brain is a muscle.
mhm.
So I exercise my brain as far as my memory and stuff like that. So yeah, and situation. Who knows? They go to jail or something. I don't know. But I need to know some numbers. I need to know some numbers of some people to call. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
need to
real
know those
tough.
numbers. If I get a bunker, I'm gonna know where it's at. I'm gonna know to go out 30, or go out 20 or whatever the case, and take 1382, whatever I need to take. If I got a bunker somewhere, you better please believe I'm gonna know where that bunker is at without a map.
Without maps. Okay, hey, well, I'm glad
Without
we
a map.
together
I mean,
because
I still might print something out, just in case or whatever. You might have to go, somebody took me out and you gotta go. So yeah,
right, yeah,
we
leave me
still
with a
print
map
something out or
because
whatever the case. But
and
no,
I
I'm
can't
trying
even
to
call
use.
you.
I'm
Like that's
trying to.
you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I don't even trust the cloud. I'm gonna be honest. I don't trust the cloud. I don't
Right,
trust that stuff. It's too easy to be hacked.
right, right, right,
And when you talk
right,
about smart refrigerators, smart dryers, Teslas, all this stuff, man. First of all, the stuff made in China now. If we was to have some conflict with China, I feel like they got a button they can push and turn it just like Transformers back when all the cars and stuff transformed and went against the people or whatever. The rise of
yeah,
the machines, I think
yeah,
it was.
yeah,
I feel like I know if I was a maker, if I was an American manufacturer, and I tend to, have some problems with China over there, and
right,
I'm making their materials and stuff.
right,
Yeah, I'm gonna make a nice little trap. I'm making your refrigerators. I'm making all that stuff to make you function. Then it's
right.
gonna be a button I push, mess y'all whole world up.
Yeah,
That's gonna be part of
that's
the
real.
cyber attack.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
So yeah, I mean, I do believe in that. I am leery of all the cloud services and all that good stuff. It's one hack away. It's
Yeah,
one hack away.
that's real talk.
Jay Nonstop said one thing that people miss was the focus of the little girl. Said she did what she had to do to make herself happy. She wanted friends and found a house with everything needed away from the cyber world and found her happiness.
Yeah, she did. She found her happiness, and she happened to be the only one that made it to a bunker or whatever. And so she's still around, right? While everybody else is out looking for her or whatever the case may be, and they caught in the situation. So yeah,
I would say she out of there. If I, she
yeah,
and she called me a nerd. Yes, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I am all of those things. Shout out to my mom when everybody else when we was younger and men were not supposed to be taking typing and keyboard classes. Mom was like, "No, son, you learn about computers because they're gonna be running the world by the time you get old." And she was spot on.
yeah. And here we
She
are
was
today.
here we are today.
Hmm.
A lot of my living is made off of fixing what computers
Yeah,
and knowing, seeing what I see. I feel like the next wave is AI and robotic. It's gonna be robots in everybody's house. AI is gonna be some type of AI software is gonna run it, and things gonna break down.
yeah. And the thing with AI is, with if there's a lot of, the robots or whatever, then they're gonna take a lot of jobs.
And
Like,
you'll take some time, but you
yeah.
got to be on the. You have to be on the other end of it. AI don't run itself,
Mhm.
so you have to be on the back end
Right,
of AI.
right. Or the cybersecurity part or
Cybersecurity
yeah,
part. I mean, you got to be the brain. AI needs information in order to generate it.
yeah,
So you have to be intelligent enough to have information to feed into AI.
right.
I look at it like we talk about DJing, and I was talking about AI taking over DJing.
Mhm.
Well, the AI has to get some information to start.
Right, right, right.
I would want to be on the end that's
Mhm,
giving the AI that
mhm.
information. So if I need to learn some software, whatever the case, in order to get that information to communicate with that robot or to download information to AI or to the robot that's going to be DJing for me,
Right.
that's where I'm gonna try to be at.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because I think about how they say, "Well, ask AI, what's gonna happen will they be part of the end of the world type thing?" Well, and like you say, it's what has AI been, what's been fed into the system, right? Because that's what they go by. That's what
Right,
they use to get their information. So,
right.
yeah, feeding into them is another, if you're gonna be a working person, you gotta be on one end of that, so
But listen, Jay Nonstop said the ending was definitely it was weird.
it was I was looking for more, but, I mean, I guess they got their point across, they were trying to give us a message in there and
You gotta leave it wide open for a part two. If everybody liked it,
yeah,
make some more money. What's wrong with some more money?
right, right, right.
So, and I said, but y'all are right about the Tesla scene. And my wife figured that one out when they were approaching the cars.
Mhm.
Mom said, be the source of the information needed. And yeah, that's basically the way I see it. AI, it'll take over jobs, repetitive jobs. You do repetitive things, AI is going to take your job
Oh,
sooner or
yeah.
later.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. That's it, that's it. Alright, okay, so let's move on. So listen, here's the thing, I know probably last week or so, there was the big thing that came out or whatever
Mm.
in regards to the TD Jakes situation. Now, I know there might be some people,
Pause. Yeah, I heard about that movie too. Jay Nonstop. There's a movie called Civil War that's coming out this year. Looks like it could be a part two to leave the world behind. Yeah,
mm,
yeah, I heard about that one. Go ahead,
okay.
go ahead.
Alright, so let's talk about the whole TD Jakes situation. Now,
Oh Lord,
so, I was looking at something where they made the comparison with this situation, with what happened with Eddie Long type thing. Now,
man, people was comparing that situation to what's old boy the funeral director
oh,
in the city, Spencer.
oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Gregory Spencer.
Oh
You got to be
gosh.
from Fort Worth. You got to be a Fort Worth native to know about that one.
Right,
Gregory
right.
Spencer, baby.
Yeah.
That was real messy, but yeah. So there was some
Ay.
there
And,
was comparisons made.
and I would say this, I know that, there were a lot of people, who, there were different sides of this thing. People were upset because, that may be Potter House, people that whatever. And so here's the thing. I feel like that, the reason why it was people made a big deal out of it because and I know that Jakes have to know this.
Yes, do not stop.
If
Yeah, Spencer Funeral Home. He's the founder of Spencer Funeral Home.
if you if you're going to hang what they call that, if you hang with fleas no, if you hang around
Dogs.
dogs,
You gonna get
you're gonna get fleas, right? Or what's the other saying? If you hang around ants, you're gonna get bit. I don't know, whatever. So my thing is why would you be in that atmosphere, because I don't care. Yes, you are a bishop. Yes, people are gonna hold you with a higher esteem. They're looking for you to not be like everybody else, not be hanging with Puffy or you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna assume things. So people are like, just because he went don't mean nothing. Why was he there? I mean, I'm
he can
sorry.
he so he can't beat her.
Um, okay, now look.
I
So now
mean,
because he's there, people now they're gonna accuse you of
as
things.
long as his slate clean, he good.
Okay, so here's the thing. So he said on, last Sunday or whatever, he came back and he said, if
Oh, birds
I
of a feather flock together. Yeah,
right,
that's
yeah,
us.
that part too. They said, he said, if I was guilty of anything, God, all I gotta do is ask God to forgive me. Why would you even say that? What does that mean? If
I
I
don't know.
was,
I have to. I have to see it. I have to. I have to. I don't know. You said that?
yeah, he said that.
Yeah, I had to check that
Uh
out.
huh.
I had to check out. I mean, I saw some of what his speech or whatever
Right,
concerning the situation.
right, right.
Um, I don't know, man, dude. He got a right to be out there, because like I'm always say, man, Jesus was out there with the sinners. Man. He was out there with the drunkards. Um, he was out there with them. They just didn't have social media back then. So I
Okay,
don't.
okay, okay. So what basically then is just a matter of, he was just at I mean, at the end of the day, people have things that they're saying, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, where there's smoke,
Uh, I mean, come on out with it. Don't play with it. Like if you got some information, man, come on out. Stop playing. Stop letting this linger. Come on out with the information if you got it. But until then, it's whatever. And as far as the jokes that are being made or whatever, I ain't tripping on that. Because everybody, even some of these Christians, even some of these Potter's House members of the church, laugh at stuff on the internet, laugh at memes. But now that TD Jakes is being laughed at, it's like, oh, we always want to bring each other down. We black folks the only one bring each other down. Look, man, half these people just on the internet to laugh, to get a good laugh, and that's about it. You know, what they say, they no fun till the rabbit got when the rabbit got the gun. That's basically what it is. Rabbit got the gun. You know, Christians get on the internet every day, act a fool every day. I follow Christianity. I get on every day acting a fool, and it's all funny until somebody decide to talk about my sister, or until somebody decide to talk about somebody in my family and go against me. Now I'm hurt. But yesterday I laughed at somebody else. So, like I said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Another old school quote, but yeah, what's good
okay,
for one is good for the other. You have to understand that on the internet. Everybody want to turn into the victim. Oh, you want to bring black people down. Black folks want to laugh. That's it. That's
yeah,
all. They just looking for the best joke, and people looking for the best meme so they can share it. That's it.
right,
It ain't nothing personal. It's
right,
the internet, man. It's
right.
the internet, and 99.99999% of the internet is fake.
Well, they're right there. I mean, all I'm saying is, if he doesn't have anything to hide, if he's done nothing, then hey, this would blow over and it'll be fine, right? But if there is something, then uh,
I mean, I
uh,
don't know. That's for him. It's a lot of responsibility to be a bishop.
it
A lot of
is
responsibility to lead a flock like he's leading.
right, right.
So if he did something, that's on him.
I mean,
That's totally on him.
people will come after you just because you got a big platform. So
Me personally, I don't follow no man that close. I admire some men. I respect some men. You know, but I don't follow men that close to be like he's infallible. Ain't nobody really around it like that.
right, right.
So I don't put anybody on a pedestal that high.
Mhm.
So he
Mhm.
capable of falling. He can fall short just like anybody else can.
Right, right, right.
It wouldn't even because I think he's a very intelligent dude. I think he's very charismatic. I think he has a way with words. That's his biggest thing, even
Right,
outside, because he can motivate you without opening up the Bible.
right, 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 right.
So I believe that he has, a hell of a way with words.
Yeah,
So outside of the Bible, even if he had some shortcomings, that don't mean he's not a good teacher. You
true,
know, that
true. I mean, they say, well, look at the message, not the man, kind of thing. But hey, I just think because of him being on such a pedestal, that I'm sure that people are looking for, just
Oh yeah, they're waiting
waiting.
for it. They're waiting for it. A
Yeah,
lot of these, you got the church hurt people, you got the people that have fallen away from the church or whatever, and they waiting. Yeah, I know people personally who probably just waiting in the wings, like, All they need is some verification, and
Right.
man, they gonna hit all the Christians upside the head.
Yeah.
Probably accuse him of being these doing those things or whatever it
Right.
takes. So
Right.
yeah, stop gave us something heavy. Well, I just look at all of the mega churches in Dallas. So that are all within a 4 mile square radius away from each other, and they're thriving churches. But the communities around them look bad. And I've only been out here since 2010. But I lived in Dallas and learned the city quickly. So Jinx has never been on my favorites list. And what goes on in the dark will come to light. If it come out in the wash, it will be in the rinse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that. Um, I I think churches, maybe they can do more. Maybe we just got more trouble than we have church or whatever case. But I think they have ministries. A lot of them get involved with the food bank stuff like that. I see churches. I'm a member of a church now, and they give back. They give back a lot. They do a lot. They're building, a community center next to the church, across the street from the church. Is not necessarily connected to the Fort Worth city system, government system, or whatever. It's a community center that's going to be built, by the church.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think some churches do that part. I think it's too many churches. Like he said, a church within a 4 mile radius, mega churches within a 4 mile radius. It probably is in Dallas. I don't really keep up. I guess you got what Friendship West out there. I don't know about that in the Potter. I don't know about the other two.
Yeah. I mean, several. Tony Evans, I think somebody just mentioned his church. It's a lot of pastors, preachers, churches. So yeah.
But we got a whole falling away from the church. People are not involved with the church. It's kind of like, uh, people are quick to go and ask for stuff from the church. But they're not necessarily involved. And I think that's where a lot of the problem comes from. It's not. I hear stories about people that's like, well, I gave tithes all year and they ain't give them. My electric bill was due and they ain't getting. I don't hear very much of that. And I do know about churches. I do know of churches that will go in and check records. I do know of churches that will go in, check records, and be like, "Hey, you know, I don't know about. I ain't heard about no churches straight up turning people down, be like, well, I ain't give you nothing. But it's like we can give you this much. You know, it's like shoot, it's 2 weeks in the year, and you tithe 10 weeks.
Right.
Like we can only give you this much. I have heard of churches saying that.
Mm. Wow.
But as far as the church is turning people away, if you go to a small church, you can just forget it. First of all, these small churches they barely making it. You can forget it. Like, go if you in need like that, you might want to go holler at a bigger church. These small churches, they just trying to get by. A lot of times, the pastor got a day job. They ain't got it for you. They got members. The stuff in that they're trying to look out for. The half members, no, you don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance. Nonstop said he giving us the church. Friendship with Oak Cliff Bible. I guess that's Tony Evans, right?
Oh yeah.
Oak Cliff
Mhm.
Bible
Mhm.
Fellowship, Antioch, Concord. Damn, he gave us like six.
Right. Right.
Ibach and Fellowship Church.
Right.
And oh yeah, that's he on the fire too. What's the boy? Ricky Rush. Yeah, Ricky Rush. I almost say Ricky Rush. Yeah, Ricky Rush. But that's that a friend call it probably pimping the church. Not pumping the church, probably pimping, right?
Right.
Probably pimping the church. I mean, I done read into my share of what I probably refer to as false prophets. People that go into it for personal gain. I ran to, I followed a guy, and man, I was all in, man, all the way in, like armor bearer, like had keys to the church. You know what I'm saying? But he just wasn't what he said. His integrity was in question. His integrity is in question, and I hate that because I just about blindly followed this cat, and he just wasn't exactly who he said he was. And then at the end of the day, you know, I ended up getting accused of some stuff. It was almost like trying to take the light off of himself and trying to shine me in some mess. I got thrown under the bus, you know, for trying to change my life for the better. So I understand church hurt, I understand that whole situation. I wouldn't let it hurt me because my spiritual journey is my own. I don't need no dude necessarily. So my spiritual journey is mine. Whether it be Christianity, whether it be whatever I want to study or whatever I want to follow. For me, it's spirituality. It ain't even necessarily about religion. So I church hurt don't really mean a whole lot to me. I got to be connected. I need to stay connected. But whew, when you talk about the help as far as the churches and the help and stuff like that, some churches do, some churches don't. You gotta have discernment as far as what church you get involved with. These When you talk about spirituality, it's for real. It's spirits, and that good singing, that good preaching, it can touch your spirit, and have you following just because they same way in the world. You go to the club because what? Good music, right? You go to the club because what? MC is dope, right? Same as the church. Same as the church. You know, as a DJ, yeah, if I play good music, the bar was full. I get my money. If I don't play good music, if I can't mix right, they don't go to the bar. They go home. I don't get my money. Same thing as the church. It's the same as the church. They get your spirit riled up, and it's like you got your preachers who you have your preachers that at the end they got to do what they call hooping, and they do their hooping and get the spirits all high, and boom, take up another offering on y'all. They get that money. It's the same to me. Exactly the same.
Mhm.
So they pimping the church. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So listen, let's talk about this. So there was an experiment done, um, with and I don't know, this might be, something that I'm sure you probably have heard of before. So they did this as usual with lab rats, right? And so, I'm going.
I think so. Go ahead.
Okay, so what they did is they put these the same rats came from the same rat family, okay, got the same rat parents. And so what they did is they split them up into 2 different situations. There's this group of rats, let's say they had a dozen rats, 6 of them they put over here in, a place where they had an abundance of food, and, I'm saying that the temperature was good, and, just everything was, nice, and so these rats flourished, and they enjoyed each other and had a good time and all that. So the other 6 rats, they put them in where it was, hot. It was hard to find food. So what they were doing, these rats over here, where they were in, you know, worse off type of atmosphere, they started fighting each other. They started, stealing food from each other. So the and what they did now, they gathered these rats back together, swished them up, took these rats, the ones that was fighting and stealing and all that, put them over here in the good neighborhood where it was nice and, nice atmosphere, abundance of food. Took these other rats that were in the good position, put them over here in this bad, what I'm saying, where it was hot and no food, and they started doing the same thing that the other rats was doing. Now, what does that tell you? That says that your neighborhood, your surroundings, all of that, as people. Think about how we came up and, what I'm saying, used to have the good neighborhood and, living in the ghetto or the projects or whatever. And think about all the problems that happen in the projects where there's not, you don't have the good grocery stores. You don't, or no grocery stores in the projects or the hood. The surroundings, the houses aren't nice and all that. But, you got other people who have grown up in a good neighborhood and plenty of good grocery store, good food, an abundance of nice neighbors and that kind of thing. Now, what's going to happen to the people that live in these different neighborhoods? Think about that. That is how we, you know, grow up too. So what happens is it makes a difference. Your surroundings, how you live, how you often wonder why. I don't know if anybody has been through this. Sometimes where you used to grow up, where you grew up in a bad neighborhood, then your family was like, "Nah, we got to move out of this neighborhood and get over here, to a better neighborhood." Why is that? Because it puts you in a different surrounding. It changes your life. It makes you be a different person. You grow up different. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but we ain't rats.
But now rats are I think the closest to the human, whatever, right? Or is it monkeys? I don't know. But it's the same situation. Because if
Um,
you think about that, think about people that have grown up in, what I'm saying, a less fortunate type neighborhood and that kind of
I
thing, as
get it.
opposed to those who grew up in a affluential, right?
I grew up in a less fortunate type neighborhood. I grew up in 76104. You can look up 76104, lowest life expectancy in the state.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but to me, it's about mindset.
Okay.
That's the difference between us and a rat. We have the ability to change our mind,
Right.
our reasoning.
Right. Right. As a human, yes, we can. Because though there are people who grew up in the hood, and guess what? They still came out all right. You know what I'm saying? They did what they had to do to make it, but they did change their surroundings. They did, you know what I'm saying? They did something different with their life.
When you have to persevere, there are those people who feel like they are stuck in the hood, and that's where they're gonna be.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's when you start to develop that mentality as far as surviving in the hood.
Right.
It's like I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life. I ain't too much of nothing. I ain't all that smart.
Yeah.
So this one will be.
Right.
That's when you start adapting.
Right. Right.
But everybody can get out.
Yeah, everybody can. But I said that to say, you know, the neighborhoods that, you know what I'm saying, how they, the lines that they draw for, this group of people and that group of people. Just think about how they, the city makes it. You know what I'm saying?
That's ghettos. That the concept of the ghetto was an experiment. That was what that's how the ghetto came about. It was an experiment, and they
Hmm.
did just that with humans.
Hmm.
And that's what we have today.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same experiment.
Right.
So, but I just feel like it's a mindset, and with a mindset, work comes behind that. You got to put the work in behind it.
Right.
And I think that a lot of people are lazy, and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna stick to this. I'm gonna stick to what I do.
Right. Did y'all see the movie? What was it? The Clone Tyrone, or they cloned Tyrone, or something to that effect, right? So they were, they did different things uh, on that movie. Like there was a scene where everybody's at the chicken place,
They
and
laughing or whatever.
yeah, so it was like the chicken, whatever was in this chicken, controlled their, how the people were, their thoughts, or what I'm saying, just how they were acting, right? Even when the people went to where the DJ was, and somebody said, "Hey, put on some rap music or something,"
Right.
and everybody getting rowdy, start fighting. Then they changed the music, they, to something like, more calm or whatever,
Yeah,
and then it changed the atmosphere. That's real.
that's oh yeah. I mean, with the music especially, it's frequency, different frequencies, and we respond differently to different frequencies or whatever. I know for me, even not even to go as deep as frequencies. As a DJ, I take responsibility for what happens out there in the crowd. And I'll tell you in a minute. Say, man, y'all get rowdy, and I'm gonna put some of this Luther and Anita Baker on y'all.
Right.
Put some Kirk Franklin. I wanna end the night. Shoot, I put some Kirk Franklin on y'all. I hear y'all head on up out of here. So yeah, you do have some control, over how people act or react.
Right. Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Mm.
Well, I say that's why they call it the project. It was an experiment. Indeed, it was an experiment. The whole concept of the ghetto was an experiment.
Mhm.
What they just expounded upon. I think it was an experiment. I believe it was overseas. It wasn't even here. It was like overseas in England, something like that. It was an experiment and basically brought that concept over
I
here.
was gonna say they adapted it here,
Yeah, it definitely
clearly.
adopted it here,
Right.
expounded upon it here.
Right. 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 Yeah, because I mean, if you just think about how I think about the fact that there was at one point, I don't know if they have finally gotten this taken care of, but where you could not find a real grocery store in certain parts of, the city.
It's still bad on the south side.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they still ain't put a grocery store. Walmart is the best you get. Walmart is not the best.
Right.
But Walmart is the closest you can get. Once you get deep into the south side, that's miles away. So when you talk about
Right.
elderly parents or people like
Right.
that, it's gonna be real difficult.
Right.
No, there's still not a Superman, and
Right.
you know, I would challenge, like the homie Chris Nettles. That's one of the things that he said that he would attack.
Yeah.
I ain't saying he ain't attacking, but
It needs to
he,
be
he
definitely dealt
right.
with.
We might want to make some movements towards
Right.
that. We had some people who had Trees Jones who had the projects over there as far as growing stuff,
Right.
the Southside Community Garden.
Mhm.
So there's been things to kind of attack the problem, but business wise, I don't feel like we've done enough to put you know grocery. There's not a Whole Foods, I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Okay. So
So
look, if you vegan, please do not be okay because you're gonna have to drive a minute. But at the end of the day, I mean, even if let's take the same grocery store in this part of the hood, if you go to an affluential neighborhood, the food is just gonna be better there. The produce is gonna be better. Right now, you go and get some lettuce or let's say, lettuce, tomatoes, whatever. Why is it only lasts, after a week, you better have eaten that because it's gonna be brown and wilted and you know what I'm saying, start changing colors and different things. What is that about? Like this is not how we it used to be. It's different.
it is different. But I'm gonna go back. I know when I was growing up, Pinky was good with your classmates. She said we had to change our mindset, and that's true. We gotta go back. I feel like we gotta go back with the mindset. But once again, I remember living on Baltimore on the South Side, and everybody on Baltimore grew some stuff.
Mhm.
And on Saturday mornings, people would get up and exchange vegetables.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something that we have to get back to.
Right. Right. Right.
You know, once the
Um,
supermarkets came out, and we figured out, hey, we can get all this stuff at Walmart.
mhm.
And we started going to Walmart.
Right.
Well, Walmart figured and said, well, hey, they all coming to us. We ain't got to necessarily give them a good product. Just have
Right.
a product, period.
Right.
And they'll come to us rather
Right.
than trading amongst each other. We was getting natural products back then. We was getting
Mhm.
the seeds and planting stuff and waiting for the crop to come in.
Yeah.
People had backyards, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
with gardens. My
Right.
grandma had a garden.
Right.
She grow the greens for real, stuff like that. And then people trade out stuff. They up and down the street trading out.
Right.
And this ain't the old days. We had color
No.
TVs. It ain't like it was, ancient times or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But we ain't that far removed from it.
Right.
But
But you're just not finding that
no,
happening anymore.
I find that you
And
got
I
only
mean,
you got the lady over here on the east side with the
right.
watermelon patch or whatever. She got a garden. You can hook up with her or whatever. But it ain't like it's a whole lot of folks
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you can trade with.
So, and I mean, at the end of the day, if we go back to even thinking about how they take care of like the farmers, how they what they're spraying on, these things, these pesticides and different chemicals and stuff like that. All of this is
But that's just that she don't
is
remember.
control.
She
It
said she
is.
don't remember her neighbors going nothing.
Well, I don't know. I guess that was just over there. 'Cause,
I
now
know
now mind you, I think let's see, were we on was my verse on Jefferson? Were you on Jefferson? Like, which was what?
that's the
A
South.
few blocks away,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
two
wasn't
blocks from
nobody
one.
growing nothing on Jefferson, I don't remember. But anyway,
I
I
know on
digress.
Baltimore, they was
Alright,
growing stuff on Baltimore. I know
okay,
that much. Now, I was on Morningside Drive, and I ain't know about a whole lot of people growing stuff on Morningside Drive. But I know down on Baltimore, it was a lot of people down there, my grandma
right,
being one of them. And yeah, they grew stuff. Man. They had whole gardens down there.
yeah, yeah.
So
Depends on where you live and,
I guess so.
yeah.
I guess so. I know that there were more people growing stuff back then than it is now. I can tell you that much.
Now, I will say that we did have a garden, and we lived in Forest Hill. We had a whole garden back there. I don't remember what we were growing, and I definitely didn't participate. I don't think. I don't recall getting my hands dirty, but my mom would have to vouch for that. I don't know, but we did have a garden, and that's a good thing. If you are that person, if you're a green thumb, go ahead and do what you gotta do. Like, you bring some over here for us to grow. It's probably not going unless it can grow in the house. So that's the only
Man, I've got the coworkers on here, man. Erica Chambers, what's good with you? Tisha King, what's going on? I might address that novel you put up, man. I don't want to go backwards to maybe towards the end of the show, but you put up something towards the spirituality part. We'll get to that. Dion, King Dion, what's going on with you, man? The TikTok celebrity right there, man. He hellified
Uh,
impressions.
yes.
But Vanessa said we need to take lessons from Nars. Yeah, Nars growing stuff back there. He growing watermelons, all kind of produce and stuff, and developing
Right. The
these
juice pops.
juices. Right. So yeah, he doing this thing. I'm just hoping I can go over there and get some of his stuff. Like,
Right.
give me some of the juices.
Okay.
Shoot a brother a watermelon.
Listen, when we get ready to build that bunker, then Narsa brings some of his stuff that he's growing in the garden. Will be in there. So, yeah. All right. Well,
Well, let me run back to this.
okay.
Going back to the church. What we talking about? T.D. Jakes
Right.
and spirituality, stuff like that. She said we was on to something. It's a tricky subject. So however, your spiritual journey is that of your own truth. The Bible provides the connection between you and God. Music, communion draws you in, but your faith in our Savior allows you to let Him order your steps. It take you from the familiarity and I'll take you from the familiarity and lead you to the place where you were supposed to reside, and will be there in the midst of it with you to make sure you reside with it.
All right, Prophet.
Yeah, for me, I always use the same analogy. Spirituality is a connection. I think people use religion as a vehicle to make that spiritual connection. You don't necessarily need religion to, well, don't get to quoting me and put me out there. But I just feel like you don't necessarily need religion in order to have that spiritual connection. That's just, hey, it's my opinion. You can crucify me for it if you want to or not. For me, you got to have that spiritual connection with the Creator. You got to have that spiritual connection with the One. And a lot of people feel like religion is that vehicle in order to have that spiritual connection. Oh, I ain't tripping. Ain't nothing wrong with
All right. Thank you, Tasha.
it. Yeah, use the communion and all of that. Yeah, it draws you in. But you got to have, like you said, you got to have that personal connection. You got to have that personal connection. And, whether you want to call him God, whether you want to call him Allah, whoever you want to call, you want to call him Buddha. I'm not one of those. I'm not one of them Christians to be like, Christians going to hell, going to heaven, and all the rest of you niggas going to hell. Muslims, all you niggas going to hell, and just the Christians going to heaven. I don't believe. I don't believe. I believe in something. You got to have a moral code about you, and that's one thing about religion. Is a lot of times it comes with a moral code. It comes with a little book, something that you can follow. So you won't be out here trying to run all willy nilly as far as how you lead your life and how you raise your kids. I think that's what hurts us as far as how we raise our kids. But we don't have a standard anymore as far as how we raise our kids. It's like I think we figure that we can teach right from wrong or whatever, but it's more than that. It's a whole lot more than just right from wrong. It's a whole moral code that you need to instill in your kids. And I just think that religion kind of gives you a shortcut in order to instill that moral code, whether it be Muslim, whether it be Buddha, whether it be Christianity, whatever makes you a better person, whatever makes your family, a better family, and
All right. Yeah. So yeah. Not gonna we're not gonna do that because I don't want to run anybody out. But
that's me.
no. I'm saying just the whole religion thing. That's a very touchy, type situation, and everybody have their opinions and their,
That's what brings people in. Controversy what brings people
Oh,
in. I
okay.
encourage different opinions. So
Yeah.
it's like it's not about running nobody off. I'm not here to tell nobody they're wrong or nothing like that. I'm just saying what I believe,
Yeah.
and I respect what you believe. I don't get mad at a preacher. I go to a church right now, and he'll probably tell you straight up, everybody except Christians is going to hell. Believe, hey, I ain't tripping. I ain't gonna tell you a lie, none of that stuff. That's what you believe. I just don't believe what you.
Yeah.
That's just what it is, man. As far as running people off, what's for me is for me. If they run off, that means they weren't supposed to be here. There you at.
Oh. Mhm. So anyway, all right, y'all. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all for joining us today and coming in on this. These what is today? Not December.
Leon said he asked a question.
Uh-oh.
He said, y'all think people would still be a member of Spencer's congregation if he was still alive?" It depends on like if he was still alive, that means that situation, that final situation he was in, wouldn't exist. So it just depends on what that situation will end up being. Like if somebody had a phone or something like that and collected evidence or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't think his congregation would be. But I mean, you got some of those blind people that'll stay though. You got some of them people with that blind faith, man, and they'll stay. So you never really know. That's the one thing about that spirituality thing and kind of mixing it up. You know, that's to get people to feel a certain type of way and shoot. They'll follow. Too many times you've seen churches split and pastor in the wrong, just fully in the wrong, and it's people that roll with him.
Yeah, I do believe that he had some diehard people that would still be right there with him, follow him, everything, because if they didn't see it with their own 2 eyes, then, he can deny it. So, yeah, I do believe that he had some people that would still be there. So, in my opinion, yes.
Both, man. You say blind faith or good old school preaching. Both. You use the good old school preaching to activate that blind faith. And yeah, because what is faith? Faith is what is it?
Substance of
The
things
things
hoped
hoped
for.
for, the evidence of things
Not seen.
unseen.
Mhm.
So yeah, a little bit of both. Good old preaching to make your ass.
Oh gosh.
That's the way that's the way I see it.
Oh my gosh.
You say, yep, just like Trump. Man, I don't know. Have to leave that alone, y'all. I'll be mad if you leave.
I mean, look, with that, and that's all I'm gonna say with that. He coming back.
Trump.
Yeah.
I thought they declared him in
Mm-mm.
that old school preaching is why we lost. Mm, I think the use of old school preaching is why we lost. I think if we stuck with the old school morals and stuff like that, man, we wouldn't have a whole lot of stuff. We wouldn't have a lot of these apps. We wouldn't have a lot of this music. We would, man, we wouldn't. But
The he's not low. Ah.
hey, I'm not here to judge whether you lost it.
Mm.
I'm not. That's what you lost. I said we're Israelites, man.
Mm.
Man, that's why I'm caught in the crossfire. Man, I'm caught in the middle. Once I started studying Israelite culture, man, yeah. And the thing about it is, with Israelite culture, man, it is really close to Christianity. Like, they're real close. Israelite culture is probably a little bit more stringent. As a matter of fact, Israelite culture is closer to the old school preaching. To be honest with you, old school preaching and Israelite culture is like real close. So, when you talk about the old school preaching is why we lost, and that old school preaching is like the basis of Israelite culture. Because them Israelites, they something else. They look too stringent for you, boy. But I believe in some of the things. It's like I got this cross between Israelite culture and Christianity, and I ain't quite put it all together yet. I can't even lie. I can't even put it all together yet. I think spiritually though, I'm in a good place. But as far as the religion, which is the vehicle, Israelite Christianity, I ain't sure about the vehicle yet. I don't know. I gotta find me a hybrid vehicle.
Wow. Wow.
Old school preaching did not tell us who we are. That's true. That's true. The moral code, the stringent moral code, though, is there. But you're right. It did not tell us who we are. Which, uh, even it's some old school preachers who do, you know, tell you a little bit as far as who you are. Israelite culture is just like I say some of the extreme ones. It's like I just can't go with it. I think Clyde might be involved with some of that stuff with the whole
Yeah.
Edomite situation and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Say Christianity is a cover up of who we are. Christianity is a business. Christianity got you into slavery. The misuse of Christianity got you into slavery. Christianity is a tool, just like a hammer. A hammer can be a tool, or it could be a murder weapon. It just depends on how you use
I'm mad at Dion. We gotta go.
it. Yeah, man. Dion,
You know what, Dion?
yeah. Well, like I said, Christianity is a tool, man. Um, white folks use that tool. They use Christianity. Hell, they named the church. I mean, they named the boat that they got our ass. What they named the boat? Jesus, right? They did. They named the boat Jesus. So it's like they used it as a murder weapon against us, but it wasn't just Christianity itself that did us in. Like I said, we free. We's free.
I'm not gonna play with him.
That's Clyde and Dion ass, man.
Right.
But a lot of what Clyde is saying, though, I'm on board with you on a whole lot of it. But some of it is untrue.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna say this because I don't want to. Here's the thing, because there's so many different, when it comes to religion and people with their different, this religion, spirituality is there's one way to the Father. That's all I'm saying.
On where the father.
One way. And, when you
That's
say
Jesus.
Muslim and when you say, all these things that those that do not believe in, so that's all I'm saying. There's one way. All I know.
I
That's
mean,
it.
and that's my issue. I don't know.
That is one way. That you don't want to say it's one way. You believe it's more than one way. There's not just one way.
There's one way. I mean, there's one way to the Father, but like I feel like Father has different names.
Oh, okay.
Which might be Allah. Which might
Mm.
be.
Oh, all right. Quincy done jumped out.
I mean, I ain't worried. I sit in here. We can go back and forth all day on that. I just feel like it's got different names. People's connections are different. That's just, and I respect people's different connections. I ain't gonna say mine is right and yours is wrong.
Right. I mean, I get it. I get it.
And
And because I, like I said, I know that people have, their different avenues and people believe in this, that, and the third, Buddha and this and that, you know what I'm saying? But hey,
be honest, I think most religions confine you from loving others without judgment. Anything that keep you from loving others without judgment. Most religions keep you from others. I guess you gotta believe in that religion and that religion only.
mm,
And everybody else and the other religions is wrong.
mm,
I get it. Yeah, Quincy would probably Christian. The Most High is everything by default, and that's my thing. I just feel like the Most High has many names. I think the Most High has many names, and if
that's what he's saying. It's everything. It covers everything. I think that's what he's saying.
yeah, that's what I was saying. You wanted to text me.
Uh, listen. Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing. I think we get into religious gangbanging. You bang Christian, it's like I ain't fooling with nobody else. You bang Muslim, I ain't fooling with nobody. You bang Israelite culture, I'm not fooling with nobody else. And I just I don't believe in that. I respect all cultures. I respect all religions. I don't know who right. I don't know who wrong. I'm not finna sit here and tell you uh, Jesus came down, sat at the foot of my bed, and was like, "Hey, come follow me." 'Cause he didn't. know, I've I felt spiritual things or whatever. I've felt things, but I can't just tell you that Jesus came down or Allah or Buddha or any of them niggas came down, shook my hand and said, "Hey, come follow me." I ain't experienced that. Maybe your pastor did. I don't know. Like you said, your own salvation.
Mhm.
Uh, I bang no bad. All respect to thank you, man. Your own salvation is what matters, and yeah, go back to that.
Right.
Your own salvation is what matters. I mean, That's your connection between your connection is your own between that's your personal relationship with your God. And if you cool with that, you roll with it.
That's it.
So, get on out here, man. We did a little bit of overtime. You know,
Little bit.
just a little bit, not a
Yeah.
whole hell of a lot.
Right, right, right.
But I wouldn't mind diving into the whole religious thing. I'll fool around and get back on, see if I can get a hold of Clyde and Dion and Quincy. We just have a good old conversation. I'm secure in mine. I used to be all in on Christianity. Shoot, all religions have fallacies. Like all of them have some stuff that just don't add up. All of them got some stuff that just don't add up. Well, that's why I don't judge. That's why I'm not gonna judge the next one because what they said, the infallible word of the Lord. The Bible is the infallible word of the Lord. I'm sorry. There may be an infallible word of the Lord. It's probably in Jewish. The Bible is translated and brought over to us, gave to us. I want then all in there. You can go tell my pastor that so I can get in trouble. I just don't believe that. He said these white folks got to pay. Boy, I'm gonna get on up off here, man. Folk wants to get on his rant, say something wild and loose. We got Quincy, Dion, and Clyde. That's a volatile situation. Y'all take care, man. Y'all have a happy new year, man. Like I've been telling everybody, I wish y'all peace and prosperity. I wish y'all no procrastination. This is 2024. We coming for everything this year. Everything that belongs to us, we come for it this year. No procrastination. We're going straight to the point. Y'all have a good one, man. Till next.
Wait a minute. First of all, let me say this. If you have not experienced DJ Johnny Judah on Wednesdays at the Wind Down, I don't know why you're inviting the people.
Shoot, come down to Wind Down Wednesday. If you're gonna come down to Wind Down Wednesday, you better RSVP.
Ooh.
Look up West Jacks because it's only 60 capacity in there. And lately, it's been a real vibe. Shout out to Anthony, man. You're a hell of a promoter. Uh, it's been a whole vibe with him. And don't be a whole lot of seats. People end up standing up. But if you RSVP seat, you're gonna get sleep. But if you're gonna RSVP, don't RSVP no seats and come in there and don't drink or don't get no hookah or don't get no cigars. Don't come in there and be looking around because that ain't
Okay, sorry, I did, never mind.
it.
I had
But
to,
if
yeah,
you're
to
gonna,
RSVP.
yeah, if you're gonna come through, man, come through. Come through. If you ain't gonna RSVP, wear you some comfortable shoes. There's a lot to be standing up. It's a whole vibe in there. The word's starting to get around. I always say this the best grown folks vibe in Fort Worth on a Wednesday night. Can't beat the vibe over there on a Wednesday night. We grown, we vibe out. Ain't really a whole lot of the new music, if any. We just hit the throwbacks. We hit the '90s R&B, the '90s hip hop, and we vibe.
West Jack, Quincy. West Jack.
West Jack, West WST Jack JAX. It's
All
over
right.
there in the medical district with the
Yes.
nurses and the doctors. So think about that when you start thinking about the drink prices.
All right. All right, y'all. Thank y'all again. We appreciate
Or
you.
hold on, since you want to talk about where I'm gonna be at Thursdays, you can catch me at Bliss Lounge in Arlington off of Matlock. The vibe is a little bit different, and we might get into some new stuff. You might fool around and hear some Sexy Red or some Meg or some Cardi or some 21 Savage, stuff like that. I'm telling what you might hear over there, but it is karaoke, so it's more karaoke than anything. You only hear the ratchet stuff in between karaoke. They do come out there and they sing that karaoke for real. And I got a new spot that I'm at on Friday night, 9 to 11. I'm at Tunchi in Arlington. It used to be Brick House Lounge over there. I think it was 2525 Arkansas Lane. I'm out there for it's the 30 and up crowd, R&B Fridays, R&B, hip hop, 90s R&B, hip hop, or whatever the case. It's 30 and up though, so it ain't really 90s. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. It's probably gonna be early 2000s, whatever it is, R&B and hip hop. But hopefully it's a nice vibe. It'll be my first week over there this Friday. Hopefully I'll be over there. That's what we stay up for us every Friday, but we'll see. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can catch me out somewhere, man. Catch me out in the street.
All right. There we go. All right, y'all. Thank y'all again. Happy New Year. And we'll see y'all next Monday, same jazz time. All right. Be blessed.
Hey, Clyde, I wish you could slide out there too, man. I might go live from somewhere so you can just kind of see the vibe out here. Uh, And then you can just come on vacation. I might end up going to Chicago for one of these vacations. Me and Chris trying to move around a little bit in the near future. So we might come up there and you can tell us where we can hang out at. Don't have me all in the ganglands out there, man. I don't want no problem.
Right.